with our YSA panel, and this time it's a special edition because we had our Thanksgiving special skit that was made just for you guys. If you didn't get to watch that, make sure you go back to our channel and it should be there somewhere. But first, before we get started, we're first going to introduce ourselves. And I'll start with me. My name is Ruth, and I am the talk show host for this panel.
My name is Jessica.
I'm Kayla.
Hi, I'm Ola.
Hey everyone, I'm Esther.
Okay, so thankfully now we know each other, and you guys know us. So on the skit, there was basically the problem with an auntie, cooking for her nieces and nephews and one of her nephew's friends, and she was basically put in a situation where she wasn't understanding what her nieces and nephews were trying to tell her, but eventually in the end, what they were trying to tell her was that her cooking wasn't, the best, but eventually in the end, they were able to relay that message to her. And although it was kind of probably painful for her in that situation, it's good that she eventually found out the truth. So one of our viewers watched that episode, and they just had some quick advice to give anyone that has ever been through that situation, or that's going to go through that soon. So this is what they wrote. They said, what someone doesn't know won't hurt them, but it may hurt you. In other words, for the episode, you better tell your auntie she can't cook now, or you'll be eating her food again next year. So that was some interesting advice. It was short, sweet, and concise, but it was really, really actually informational to anybody that's going through that problem. So what do you guys have to say about? You seem like you got something to say. You got something to say about this advice?
I mean, it was kind of funny, but it was it's true. Sometimes you don't want to tell someone something, you don't want to hurt their feelings. You don't want to, physically hurt them in general. But think about it. Sit down, think about it. You might as well just tell them now, because you might be thinking about it too much. It's gonna hurt you instead. You're gonna be feeling guilty. You're gonna be feeling sad. Stuff like that could happen. If it's your family member, you might as well just tell them. So the next time, you don't have to sit through that again. And that's true, because sometimes we don't want to hurt their feelings. But next year, there's always Thanksgiving, right? You're gonna be there next year again, and you're gonna go to the table doing the same thing you did last year. So why don't you just tell your mom, we could learn together. Tell your auntie we could do this together, and it works for everyone.
Also, sorry.
Yeah.
Also to not embarrass her too.
Yeah.
Because maybe next year somebody really important is gonna come, that maybe not family related, and then they taste the food again and they're this is disgusting.
Nobody.
Yeah, right. And that's oh wow, you just embarrass your family member. So what she said, just make sure you tell her now when you can.
And you don't have to do it on the table too. That's something we all have to know.
Yeah.
You could call her aside. Oh mom, oh auntie, oh brother, oh sister. Tell them, oh this happened, but I didn't want to tell you, but I think you should do this and this. They're gonna appreciate that even probably better than you telling them when everyone is on the table.
And also, thank you guys for that. In other words, there shouldn't be a guinea pig every year. So that means that there shouldn't be somebody that tastes the food. There shouldn't be a problem with it every year. There should be somebody that has been the guinea pig that one year and was wait a second, this ain't tasting right. And then they pass on the message to the cook, and then the cook just says that okay, I accept this and I won't ever do that again. So there should only be one guinea pig. That's why it's called a guinea pig. It's not guinea pigs. There should be multiple people suffering every year. So that's something I wanted to add.
Yeah, and I think it's important just to make sure, you say it in a nice way, because there's always a nice way to handle these things. Even if it's something that really bothers you, there's always a way to put it so it's you don't have to make it an argument. It should be something that you could tell your family and feel comfortable with without having to hurt their feelings.
Yeah,
right.
And when you think about it, you're actually not hurting them, but you're helping them.
Exactly.
Because how else would they be able to improve?
Right.
You don't know,
If you don't know
what
exactly.
they're doing right now isn't really, cutting it.
Right. So that just brings up a wonderful point. What if you end up telling them and they turn into, what's the greatest chef that on the planet, right? What if they end up, turning into what you did, being the guinea pig, ends up creating a chef that can cook amazing food. That's what that's the result of you actually telling them the truth. So it's important to think of that case scenario, think of the long term, so that you can end up helping everyone in the situation and not being selfish and causing other people to suffer. So yeah. But I also want to kind of ask you guys, what are some like awkward situations other than cooking that we go through at the dinner table, the Thanksgiving dinner table?
Well, I think it's just like, because you're back with your parents and stuff for a little bit, so it's just kind of weird because they always ask you like those weird questions, like it's like, oh, it's either always school related, or it's like, oh, are you being bored lately, and stuff like that. And you realize like I just want to eat and like hang out with y'all.
Right.
So I feel like everyone, just because like parents want to catch up with you and stuff, and they may not always know how to handle, like how to start that off. So it's something that everyone has to go through.
I mean, sometimes it's the grades,
Exactly.
it's college, we're trying to, but
Yeah.
Like, oh, how's the semester going? What, how's this class going? It kind of gets awkward sometimes, but we'll get through it. We always do.
Okay. What else are some like awkward like conversations? I know they be asking the older ones, where your job at? Like, what job you got? What else you ready?
I'm like, well,
And she's like, did you tell me to focus on school?
I know,
Exactly. Right. But yeah, so there's a lot of other awkward situations. Like there's like were you able to talk to that one friend in college that you've been trying to avoid? It's like they told you, like they was like, talk to this one girl because I know her parents,
Something like that.
So they can tell you to speak to people that you don't even know like that.
Exactly.
But it's important to like, even with this awkward situation, somebody says something extremely important. Always kind of pay respect to just what they're saying and just kind of take it in and like be honest with them, but say it in a respectful way because they are just they just care about you. They just, love you and they want you to, be the best in life. So it's like they'll ask you these things like, how's your grades going? Where's that husband or wife? They want you to get married and be in love. And then just other things like that. So just kind of understand where they're coming from. Be respectful.
I see this them like being happy that you're home. They're like, oh, my dad's back home. Oh, my son's back home.
Too excited.
Yeah, they try to know what's up, but like, I mean, it might get awkward. It might get kind of like, I don't want to say annoying, but like, kind of like too much. But like, you just kind of have to be open with them. If you don't want to really tell them, just like, let them know. Like, don't like ignore them. I don't think you should like,
Yeah.
But like things like that happen, and it's totally normal. But yeah.
Exactly. Okay. You guys have anything else to say about that topic? If not, then we can get into the awkward stories. So do y'all have any previous like examples of awkward situations or any examples about yourself or of other people?
One thing I remember, it didn't happen to me, but I watched a movie where it was like a black family, they came home, the son had his wife, the daughter came with her other sister, stuff like that was happening. So they came home to like, of course, like to their parents, they're kind of old, but like, they came home to have like a regular like Thanksgiving dinner. What happened was at the table they started finding out secrets about their parents, about them. Basically like things were coming out that nobody, like only one or two people knew in the family.
Wow.
Meanwhile, it was probably like, about to like hurt like somebody else in the family or like, but they didn't want somebody else to know. I don't know, like stuff like that could like, happen, I guess, like where like you don't expect what you've been hiding from your sisters or from your brothers, from even your mom or your dad just comes and you're like, dang, they caught me alive, but like,
Right.
it's part of life.
Yeah, that's true though. Cause I think for me sometimes, and it's not like a Thanksgiving thing. It's like a all the time thing. For some reason, that my parents always remember that thing you told them, or maybe like a thing they found out a long time ago, and then they want to bring it up again. It's like
Every year.
Yeah. Oh, that guy you're talking to. I'm like, oh Lord.
Like that was
10 years ago.
I was still in high school when that happened. What's going on?
I'm grown now.
Yeah.
But yeah, stuff like that.
And then I think that just like, cause it's families around, like your parents end up like either doing like embarrassing things, like they'll tell like embarrassing baby stories. They'll be like, they'll have you like in these like crazy baby pictures. They'll be like, let's show everyone.
Yeah.
And so it's
Like, where did they get these pictures
Exactly. You're pulling pictures out of the woodwork sort of thing. But I feel like it goes back to what we were talking about earlier. It's just like understanding that they do it because they love you and they're proud of you. They want to like show you off to the family and like just help you, remind you. So I think it's just important to remember that it's all in good fun sort of thing.
You should laugh it off.
Yeah, just to go off of like Kayla just said, like, sometimes they start to call you names they used to call you when you were like, I'm just like, I don't remember that. That wasn't me. That wasn't me. He's like, remember when you used to do this? I'm like, no. But yeah, that definitely does happen.
And they love doing that, don't they?
They do.
Yeah.
When you were younger and
I'm like, I know. Stop.
Exactly. Or maybe like
Oh,
strangers
so
who'd be like, "Oh, do you remember me? I like knew you as baby
I
little
don't know you.
How would I know you?"
Right. I don't know you like that.
Exactly.
But it's fun. It's
It's
funny.
fun. Exactly.
Kind of light and stuff.
It just adds life
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
to,
To
the
the
Thanksgiving
gathering,
table.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if you think about it, if everybody just got to the table and started eating, that's not fun.
That's
You
like
know,
a
you
regular
wanna- that's
dinner,
just a
you
regular
know, like-
dinner. But
That's
Thanksgiving
actually-
dinner is like
I might as well
you-
use my room.
To be honest.
just take your food, your plates, your own.
That's what I do anyway. So
Right.
why am I on the dining table? But like,
Right,
that makes
but
sense.
that's completely true. So just be thankful for like who you have and who you are and your family, because some people really don't have families out there. And you know, even though some people don't have families, there always know that there's somebody out there that you can rely on, that you can trust, and you can always get food somewhere. I know on Thanksgiving Day they have a lot of donations of turkeys and donations of different types of like food. We have a can drive going on here at our university, and you know, it's just to show people that there's love everywhere and that there's like we should always have something to be thankful for. So does anybody have any last words to say about that? Anything?
Well, I just want to say that like we all want you to know that if you're like a type of person who you don't have like the best home life, just remember that it's only going to be for a week. You're going to come back to college and you'll come back to like, if you have a better support system here, it'll only be temporary. You can come back to people. You'll always have people that you can come back to that you feel comfortable with if you can't do it at home.
Yes. Thank you for that, Kayla. Anybody else?
I was gonna say that just to add on to what they said, basically, because they said it all. But like, kind of just know that whatever it is that you have, no matter how little it is, it means something. You know, just appreciate what you have, and like also like physically, if you want to spend Thanksgiving with your friends, just ask them.
Exactly.
You know, you don't have to go home if you know you can't go home. Just don't feel like you're stranded in here. You know, just make friends. You know, get to know somebody. Of course, be cool with them. You know, but like just spend a good time at home with them. That is good. Yeah.
Yes.
Home is where you make it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
Kate
That's
just said.
She said it
Okay.
all. That's it. Yeah.
We're gonna cut it.
She was like, home is where you make it.
It really
She
is,
sat
though.
back like,
Yeah.
I said that.
So don't overthink it. Like, you good.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Home is definitely where you make it. She's absolutely 100% right, because a lot of people feel like you have to be in the actual home for it to be a home. No, home it could be just 2 or 3 people gathered together, singing a song, maybe eating ice cream, like drinking tea. You know, home could be anything.
Yeah.
It's anything. It's what you make of it. Sorry, and then also you don't need a building to have a home. Just know that it's based on who you're around and who you love to be around and those that care about you. So if there's nothing else to be said, we just want to quickly take a second to say thank you guys. What we're thankful for is that you guys are constantly watching our videos. We're there with you, and we just love that we fill your homes. Whether it's on a laptop when you're watching us, hopefully on TV one day. But we're just basically thankful for you guys being subscribed to us and watching us. And with that being said, we're gonna end it there. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We'll also be thankful for that. And we'll see you next week with our next guest student. Have a good Thanksgiving.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Hey guys.
Why you say hey, guys?
I don't know how you do it now.
Just
Hey,
say
guys. We had a special Thanksgiving special. Sorry, a special. This is what they say. They say. I can't speak today, y'all.
They're about to say
They said, dear whoever's in that situation.
Why are you shaking? Calm down.
Am I shaking?
Yeah, you're like.
So there was actually somebody that watched the Thanksgiving special skit that we made, and they wrote some advice for Auntie. Sorry. I was gonna say
For Auntie.
I wanted to say Auntie.